The Lorax did really well. Tell us about the money it brought in.
It did. It did really well, as you said. It brought in $70.7 million, which is the highest opening of any movie so far this year.
Big names sort of were behind this animated film, at least in the voices. Tell us some of them.
Well, the main character, the Lorax, is voiced by Danny DeVito, who's someone that has a very distinctive voice. And also there was a lot of teen crossover appeal because they had Zac Efron and Taylor Swift also doing voices.
Now they must be doing something right because they've gotten both conservatives and environmentalists sort of up in arms about this film. Why is that?
Well, The Lorax is a very classic Dr. Seuss tale, and it's about the environment. So a lot of people were upset that the studio was also promoting the movie through, car ads. Granted, they were hybrid car ads, but they were still car ads.
Well, when you upset both sides, you're probably, again, doing something right. All right, let's move on from Dr. Seuss, Project X. How did that do?
That did pretty well. It's a very low-budget film from Warner Brothers, and it brought in over $20 million.
And again, I've forgotten, what's the premise behind Project X?
This is about a whole bunch of high schoolers who are basically trying to throw a really great party. So it's not a very deep film.
In Hollywood, if you can say it in 5 words, you probably got a hit on your hands. All right, Act of Valor. Now this stars real-life Navy SEALs. A very interesting film. It was topping the box offices, I believe, the box office last week. How did it do this week?
It came in number 3rd. It's still holding up. And so, when you're going up against a lot of big films, then the fact that you can still bring in audiences is good.
And that primarily had a male audience to begin with. Do we have a sense if it's at number 3 now, whether it's bringing in women as well?
I think it's probably attracting the same people that it did before because it's just a very specific type of film.
Right. Now, Safe House, I believe that's another thriller. Who's in that and how did it do over the weekend?
Yeah, that's another returning film. It's the one with Denzel Washington and Ryan Reynolds. It's been doing well, and it's still in the top 5 after several weeks of release.
And Tyler Perry's Good Deeds, that came in number 5. How is that for that film in terms of what they spent to get that movie made, Michelle?
Well, Tyler Perry's films tend to be on budget, and they're not huge extravaganzas. So they are smaller films designed for very specific, not designed for specific audiences, but tend to be appealing to certain audiences, and they're the ones that turn up time and again to see his movies.